What's up guys, Lewis here from Indie Credible, back with another indie game monthly hot list. Now if you don't know what these videos are, well quite simply they're just a run through of 5 indie games releasing throughout the month that we think you should definitely be keeping an eye on. And all games in this video are releasing throughout the month of May. So without going on any more, let's dive into our indie game hot list for May. We kick off with For the King. Now For the King had a 12-month period in early access and only just released on PC back on the 19th of April, and now it's coming to PlayStation 4, Nintendo Switch and Xbox One. This classic style adventure game plays out in tabletop style fashion, where you control a group of 3 explorers across grid-based style environments. All the decision making of classic adventure games is there, including some big decisions like do you stay together as a group for safety or split up to cover more ground but run the risk of being overwhelmed by enemies. For the King does carry some pretty cute visuals, but do not be deceived here. The turn-based combat can get very challenging. I've not played tons of the game, only around about 5 hours so far, but what I can say of For the King is there is an absolute ton of content to this game and honestly so much to do. For the King has 3 separate release dates for each console. It is coming to PlayStation 4 on the 7th of May, Nintendo Switch on the 9th of May and Xbox One on the 10th of May. Next, we move to a game that I've had the pleasure of playing over the last 15 months, and that is Descenders. Now, Descenders had a 15-month period in early access and got a ton of updates during that time, and it's now getting a full release on PC and Xbox on the 7th of May. Now, Descenders is a downhill mountain biking game that offers a really nice balance between sim and arcade. The sim elements come in with the handling and the way you must land your different tricks, and the arcade elements come in with the oversized jumps. I mean, this game literally lets you perform a double backflip 720 over a moving train. What Descenders does quite unique to the sporting genre is it offers a roguelike element to its gameplay, meaning that every time you jump into a new ride, as the game calls it, you are given a set number of lives. Every time you bail or crash, you lose one of these lives. The main idea of the game is to go from zone 1 all the way through to zone 5 without losing all of your lives, which I can tell you now is a damn sight harder than it sounds. The game also offers procedural generated levels to keep things feeling fresh with each new run, and multiplayer, dailies and leaderboards are being added to the game when it gets a full release. I've got over 30 hours in Descenders so far, and honestly I've loved every minute of the game. Descenders is releasing on Xbox One and PC on the 7th of May, and what's worth noting is that Descenders will be included in the Xbox Game Pass subscription on the day of launch.
I promise you, tonight we shall dine like kings.
But the feast isn't on your plate quite yet.
No! Go, Leon! Don't lose the scent!
This sunshine won't last long. We're lucky to be in this house.
Mother?
Shh, you are to stay here with your brother.
Up next, we move to a game that I've been so excited to get my hands on for a very long time and loved it when I played the preview content a couple of months ago, and that is A Plague Tale: Innocence. A Plague Tale: Innocence is a story-driven cinematic adventure game set in 1349 France. 1349 France is riddled with a rat-infested plague and offers a genuinely dark and horrible world for you to play through. As the player, you play as Amika and Hugo, 2 young children who must sneak their way through these hostile environments, all in the aim to get Hugo to safety, who is becoming progressively even more ill. When playing the preview content a few months ago, what really stood out is that you do not play this game as the hero. You are just kids, and so many interactions and decisions you make in the game feel impactful and genuinely emotional. A Plague Tale: Innocence is a stunning game, and I cannot wait to delve deeper into the dark and genuinely horrible story when it releases on PC, PS4 and Xbox One on the 14th of May.
There we go. Looking good, Sam. Sam, give me a systems diagnostic. I need to know what is going on. I need the crew.
Observation by No Code and Devolver Digital was shown off last year, and ever since its initial reveal we've been so excited to get our hands on the game. This story-driven game sees you playing as Sam, a space station AI, who must help Dr. Emma Fisher find out what has happened aboard the space station. You'll need to go through personal records, terminal interactions and camera footage to find out what has happened to the vanishing crew and what is happening to Sam themselves. Observation looks to offer a genuinely intriguing story and gameplay that sits in a similar vein to Five Nights at Freddy's. We can't wait to not only see more of Observation, but also get our hands on the game when it releases on May the 21st on PC and PS4.
Dispatch, I've lost the suspect.
Wrapping up May's Hotlist is honestly one of the most fun games I've played for a very long time, and that is American Fugitive. American Fugitive is best seen as a nod to the classic GTA games and plays out as an action-adventure sandbox game. You play as someone who's been framed for their dad's murder and breaks out for revenge, not justice. When playing American Fugitive last month at EGX Res, honestly, I had an absolute blast with the game. It was so much fun, tearing around the streets, causing absolute havoc, obviously taking down some police officers, and trying to hold up a shop with a rock. No kidding, that's genuinely something you can at least try to do in the game anyway. American Fugitive is honestly a lot of fun, and one thing I really loved about playing the game was it doesn't restrict you into playing through the story. If you want to do the story, then brilliant, but if you don't want to and just want to cause havoc, then the game does not punish you for that and does not force you or shoehorn you into the story missions. American Fugitive has a staggered release window at the end of this month, and it's coming to PS4 and PC on the 21st of May, Nintendo Switch on the 23rd of May, and Xbox One on the 24th of May. That wraps up our indie game hot list for May. As always, guys, thank you so much for stopping by and watching the video. If you like the video, then why not give it a little like? And if you like what we do at Indie Credible and want to keep up to date with more indie game content, including news, reviews, previews, and of course a weekly podcast, then make sure you subscribe. And if you really like what we do and you want exclusive pre and post show content on that weekly podcast, as well as a complete ad-free experience, then head over to patreon.com/Indie Credible or check the link out in the description below if you're interested in supporting us over on Patreon. Thanks again for stopping by, guys, and until next time, goodbye.